All right, you guys sang to us. Now the seniors of McKinley High 2012 are gonna sing for you. This is your Glee Club. Take care of it, and it'll take care of you.
This is the last episode of season 3, and it's really sad, you know?
Everyone is dry and exhausted from crying. There's been more tears this week than I thought possible.
Right before we started shooting, Zach came up from behind the camera and was like, guys, everybody, this is the last time we're all gonna be doing a number in the choir room together. Okay, go. And we're like, what?
When the seniors were singing to us, I didn't think I would cry as much. I thought it was sort of like this uplifting, you know, passing of the torch. And then I turned to my right and Vanessa is wailing. But it was really sweet, because as somebody isn't like a newbie, I know it was nice to see her care that much.
Shooting in the choir room for the last time this season, it's bittersweet because it's the most comfortable place we could ever be.
You know, this was the place I came to every single day, and the laughs that we shared with everyone, it's been an incredible experience. And, you know, there weren't really very many dry eyes.
We knew we'd be crying. It's coming really naturally. It's just at all times. We're using waterproof mascara right now during this episode.
I think I'm the only person who has not cried yet. I'm not intentionally not crying. I just don't think it's hit me yet.
It's the end of an era, and it's going to be sad that it's just not going to be the same anymore. We're kind of finishing up a lot of storylines, and I think it's going to go out on a great note, though, but a sad note.
My first day on set was in October of 2008, and I had like 2 small scenes with Dianna. I remember it was Naya and I, and we were kind of walking around trying to scope things out. I hadn't met anybody yet.
Hi, Finn. RuPaul. What are you doing talking to her?
The 2 of us just like clicked and like we're in survival mode because we didn't know the other kids, and like we definitely felt like the newbies.
Criss Crusaders tonight at 5, my house.
Sounds great.
It was very much like first day of school and fish out of water experience for sure.
Being an original member, it's been really cool to be able to sit back and like look at the whole journey, adding members and losing members and adding members again, and it's just really cool to be able to look back and see everybody grow so much.
This is what I want to be doing with you guys. We're all here for the same reason, because we want to be good at something.
We shot the first 13 episodes and no one knew anything. We didn't know if this was gonna work. We knew we liked it. I think when it premiered and we were all together watching it, and we had already seen it a few times, we'd seen it on TV with commercial breaks. That was the real, like, oh my God, there's commercials.
I got chills, they're multiplying.
I learned how to sing on Glee. You know, I learned how to sing and dance on this show. I didn't know how to do that. I'm still not a very good dancer.
I didn't know if Cory had a serious back problem when I first met him. I love you, Cory. To see where he started and where he ended, you know, how he just found his groove. And it's not the best groove you want to watch. You know, it's not like, oh God, that's awe-inspiring, but it's so endearing and you love it.
Look back now, and to tell myself 3.5 years ago that, you know, I would be on this international smash hit show singing and dancing, I would have laughed myself out of the room, you know? It's crazy.
Don't Stop Believing, which was like, we re-choreographed it 8 billion different times. And it was like, that's crazy, that took like 3 weeks to choreograph. When it's literally just walking, and now we do huge numbers in 3 hours, so.
It was just, the chemistry was just there, and I think that's sort of how Don't Stop and the pilot worked and had so much heart, because we really did, you know, think we were gonna be friends.
This week's assignment is easy. Our work here is done, so there's only one thing left to do. Say goodbye.
I wanted to make sure that the fans that had been with us throughout the whole journey really felt listened to and satisfied.
You know, everybody keeps talking about staying in touch, and I want to make sure that we do.
Reading the final script goodbye, I started crying by the 4th page. And it's really sweet, and it's got a lot of heart, and it's also a really nice mix-up of what's gonna happen and tying things up.
Sure, I'm as smart as you are. I'm every bit as pretty. But somehow you're slightly less evil, and I admire that.
The fans were in this with us as well. We wanted to sort of give them a feeling of completion there.
I'm gonna miss you.
Well, I don't see how that's possible, but thank you.
And so there's a lot of homages to past episodes and the pilot.
And I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
It's really crazy that our very first dance rehearsal started with Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat, and our very last dance rehearsal ended with Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat. You would think that, like, after all the crazy dances that we've done the last 3 years, that it would be a breeze and we'd fly right through it, but we're still having trouble with it.
We suck.
It'll get there. We just need to keep rehearsing. I just shot a scene with Cory, and it was an exact replica of the very first scene we had together, where I kind of accuse him of smoking weed. You know, I have the chronic lady, and I kind of slide it to him.
I swear, it's not mine. I'll pee in a cup.
And that was actually the first scene of the pilot that we even shot. And that was the first day of shooting. I met Matt Morrison for the first time right before we shot that scene.
You could land in prison, son.
We even pulled the priority number 1 help the kids poster from the original scene. They went and they got it back out of the archive somewhere and they hung it on the wall and they did the zap zoom to it.
You are so much cooler than I ever thought you were.
Oh, God, Dad, please don't do this.
Sit down and accept your present. Hit it!
Mike O'Malley was a blast to work with on Single Ladies. Single Ladies is the hardest dance to learn. It really is just at this level that's hard to achieve. Starting with another actor who doesn't dance. You know, walked in, is like, let's go, let's do this, let's do it. And about 20 seconds into it is like, what am I learning? Like the breakdown at that moment. He was maybe one of my favorite doing Single Ladies. He got such this incredible style and took over and really had so much fun.
Mike doing Single Ladies was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, and he was so good at it. I don't want to say I was shocked, but no, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked, with all due respect to him. He was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and that is not an easy dance.
You're gonna get on that train, okay? And you're gonna go to New York, and you're gonna be a star without me. That's how much I love you.
This is the penultimate moment of the final episode of the 3rd season. It's incredibly emotional. It's really unexpected because the cast doesn't really know the end of the episode. We've been very, very tight with the story, and we've only shown the pages to people who absolutely have to know what happens. And it's really, really emotional because there's a really unexpected farewell in the show.
So we decided to shoot on a train rather than a plane because we just thought it was kind of more romantic and exciting and sort of old-fashioned and kind of a cool way to do it. And the way we were shooting that scene with Finn running while it pulls away, it needed to be just right, because I wanted to try and shoot it as one shot, because I thought the emotion was going to be stronger. What I loved about it was that her head is turned throughout most of it, and so we're just seeing Finn, and we don't know what is going on her face. And the moment he's gone, she turns around, and we see that she's just bawling. And she really was. She really went for it every time.
I was surprised to see what happened today. This is very real. I mean, this happens to people. 2 people are going to have to say goodbye to each other, and one of them is not knowing what's going to happen.
You know, having Finn and Rachel not break up, but go in different directions was something that we'd sort of kicked around the idea since the beginning of the season of Finn joining the Army to redeem his dad. It was something we're always really interested in. And then, you know, it was very clear to us that Rachel has this very specific and interesting character when she's alone and when she wants something very badly. And so the idea was, well, if we're going to send her off into this big world, she's going to be this little girl in the big city. If she has her boyfriend there, it's not as interesting.
I was all set to go to Alvin and then the Joffrey in Chicago offered me a scholarship.
Oh, Mike, that's amazing. I thought the way that things went for everybody was like the way that I thought that it would have gone. You know, Mercedes like record deal, that makes total sense. Although I don't get why Kurt didn't get into NYADA, but I know they have something up their sleeves.
I don't want to go to college. And use it to go to New York.
Are you serious? Santana's kind of like an open-ended question. You have no idea what she's going to do.
I understand you got into Purdue University?
Not the university, the poultry farm. Plucker is a study profession, but I can't go to either because I'm not graduating.
What?
Well, I am senior class president, and so I didn't do anything with it except for prom. Apparently I'm flunking out, and so I think it's really sad. Like, I'm kind of bummed out for her because, like, I'm sure in her mind she was trying really hard. And, like, I mean, yeah, not really, but still, like, she's flunked out and she has to go back to school.
Michael Chang Jr.
Walking in that gown across stage and getting the fake diploma, and it really felt right. It really felt very legit. And I think from the very beginning, I've always said that Glee is a very accurate portrayal of high school.
Mercedes Jones.
It was cool graduating on stage like this, you know, and singing a cool song with Puck. That was great.
This is, for all of us, a very big event and a very big shift, and so I wanted to make sure that came through on the screen in the way that we've always tried to make our lives and the lives of the cast as much a part of the storylines as we could. This is an experience that we're all sharing, and so I really wanted to dramatize that in a way.
Noah Puckerman.
It really feels like a graduation, a goodbye, like what high school does, our 4 years that we've been here together.
Rachel Berry.
You know, and I do think the fans really care about these characters so much, and we're not leaving them, but it's just like when you graduate high school, your life's not over. You're not leaving your family, you're not leaving your parents, you're not leaving your home, but you are.
Much like these characters, we have no idea what's really to come. It's really kind of a world of the unknown that we're headed towards, because that's kind of how life is, and that's kind of how the show is right now. So no one really knows what's coming up.
Okay, seniors, the underclassmen have something they'd like to say to you.
I mean, the end isn't coming. That's an obvious thing. That's not the end of anything, and that's the wrong way to look at it. It is just a new chapter and a departure point, and change is weird, and it's tough. It'll be a new kind of fun in a new, different kind of way, but letting go of what has been for quite a bit of time for these people is gonna be kind of tough for people.
We knew it was coming. It wasn't like it was like, we'll see people. Everybody's still gonna be around. It's not like it's over by any means.
Part of this episode, I think the emotion level is the passing of the torch, and I think that the Glee Club's in good hands. I really do. And then we have Vanessa, and Sugar Motto could very well own the world. She's gonna be exciting to watch.
I don't know, I feel like it's a really good feeling, like the way that we're leaving it, and it's like we are gonna go on and do like different things, but this will always be a very fond memory, and it's a good place.
I wanted to dedicate my goodbye song to all of you, but I wanted to mostly thank the men in the room who have truly inspired me. You never saw me for the things that made us different. You only saw me for the ways that were the same. Because in this room, it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. It just matters that we're friends.
Say goodbye to not knowing when the truth in my whole life began.
The thing that has surprised me most about shooting this last episode has been the emotion.
You know, these are our children. We created these characters. These are all born of our imaginations. It's been an emotional experience to direct it.
And I'll remember the strength that you gave me.
We realize how much we all appreciate each other in this show, and it's been quite a journey, but I don't think I would have wanted to do it with anyone else.
Unshakable personal relationships have been built between all of us because of how drastically and how quickly our lives changed as this show got really popular. I've always been able to look at everybody as like family members in a way that just doesn't change.
These are my best friends. Like, I don't know what I would have done. I would have had no friends had it been for this job, and I will be friends with them for the rest of my life.
I'll have a friendship from not just from the actors, from the crew to the writers and producers, and that'll never change.
Life is only as good as those you get to share it with. If I wasn't doing this with all the other people in the show, it would mean nothing. It's about the group. It's all about who you get to share these moments with, and I've got to share them with some amazing people.
It's such a roller coaster and a whirlwind. I'm just really grateful that we got the opportunity and the friends and the people that we've met, and, you know, just sort of creating this life for us and this path. It's been really, really good.
I'll remember.
I'm a sentimental man, but I wasn't expecting to feel these kind of things, and you know, it's just a testament to the bond that we've all created. We have spent a lot of time this week just kind of talking about old memories and laughing and crying, but I'm happy that it was that way, because you know, it's the perfect ending to an era.
We've really become a huge, huge family in the last 3 years. Like, these co-stars are my siblings. I'm gonna really miss being here every day and being with my work family. I'm really gonna miss everybody.
These are some of my best friends. We've gone through some of the most incredible things together. They're my rock, and we've just been on this insane journey together. I don't think you can even fully describe it. It's been pure magic. I can't imagine not having had this, and I'll remember this forever.
So it's sad, it's very sad, and I try not to think about it because I get a little worked up if I think about, like, you know, not seeing these people. I hope that everybody comes back and we all kind of sail off in the sunset. I don't know.
I remember.